All right, we're back, I guess. We are live, as that opening said. With us right now, we have Mr. Rob Dean in New York Outcast. If he's not being interrupted by people who apparently had some kind of clothes party or something at his house. So, you there, Rob?
Yes, I just made it out. Thank you. Thank you for the invite. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
All right. Also, with us, we have Kingpin. How are you tonight?
I'm all right, man. Holding on by a thread over here. My internet connection's not doing well. This computer's really hurting.
You gotta use the new one. You buy a new one and you let it sit and you keep using the old one. It doesn't make sense, man.
Yeah, and it aggravates me more and more every day.
Jeez. I tell you what. So what's been going on with you guys? It's been a while since we've done one of these. Don't all both answer at once.
So, not a whole lot. The usual work, life, survival, dodging landmines.
I know you live in New York, but is it getting that bad up there? Do you gotta dodge landmines?
Definitely, definitely. But I term landmines as several things. I mean, it could be reactions to people's conversations. There could be all types of things. I mean, landmines aren't just an explosive as you would think. I guess to me, I refer to that as things that could blow up. So certain people are landmines, certain places, things like that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, for a minute there, I thought you were going to say that they just, instead of just the New York Times, they embedded the entire state of New York with Hamas. But okay.
No, I'd like to put landmines out in my yard, but I think I'd have a problem with that.
We've been joined by Jason Stewart. How you doing, Jason?
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm doing all right.
Did you guys see that one though, where they caught the New York Times and CNN having had embedded reporters with Hamas before they went and started engaging in that terror attack on October 7th?
No, I didn't see it, but nothing surprised me with the media nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, some honesty would surprise me.
That ain't happening, Woods. He said Rich versus Rob versus Kingpin versus Jason in a cage match. Nah, ain't happening.
Well, we still got the me and Midnight versus you and barbecue cage match.
No, I was the referee.
Well, I would think we were all one team. So, you would throw us against somebody else. I mean, how are you going to throw us against ourselves? I mean, come on, man.
If we had two more, we could take on Scotsman's panel from tonight. What am I talking about? They'd probably all be drunk. We could take the four of us could take them.
What the fuck, man? You got me, man. I'll take everybody on by myself.
Yeah, once Jason strips all his clothes off and coming at you, it's a wrap.
One we'd have to keep an eye on would be Daniel and maybe Jamie.
I don't know. I don't want to go against Jamie. That's all I'm saying, man.
Yeah, he's a biker.
He's a nice guy. He's too goddamn nice. I don't want to go against Jamie.
Once again, it's a good thing I'm here.
Hey, man, that bell rings. Even a nice guy turns into an ass and want to kick your ass and tear your head off. And there's something about them bells when they ring around when you're in that squared circle.
It's football season for me, boys. Everybody's my enemy.
Man, how about your Cleveland Browns, man? They beat the Ravens today.
I haven't been. I don't do the NFL because of their social politics, but I do know the Browns have been doing good. I hear a lot of good things about them. I'm a hypocrite, if they go to the Super Bowl or something, I'd watch it. But it's good for them to do good. I guess it's all defense, right? Like their offense probably sucks, but their defense is doing pretty good. I
No,
hear.
they're doing pretty good on offense too. They got a decent running game, but what else is new? But their passing game hasn't been doing too bad either.
I don't know, man. Until they start knocking people out live on camera that take a knee during the national anthem, I got
nobody's been taking a knee anymore. That's all done and over with.
Well, I don't know. The fact that they let it happen, the fact that it's a bunch of grown-ass men that are always bitching and complaining about their millions of dollars a season and shit while they run around in spandex and slap each other's asses and all sleep with the same chicks, I got nothing to do with it, man.
Well, maybe they'll let you join if you ask nice.
Yeah, right.
Nah, I don't want nothing to do with that. Not
Rob
a fan.
out there balling, playing wide receiver.
Female mud wrestling, cage fighting, rally racing, something with a motor, like high RPMs, that's better. But not NASCAR, not the left turn deal. Come on, man.
Yeah, you got to watch the road races then, man, because there are road races. What, 2 a year with NASCAR?
I know, but NASCAR is so just.
I haven't watched. I haven't watched
Have
that
you seen
since
rally
they
races or did the car race? Like,
hey, Rob,
if you make it to the end, you accomplish something.
Yeah, Rob, you got an echo going on.
Yeah, it's like YouTube sound playing.
Yeah, because it's kind of delayed.
Still going on?
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it bad from you, Rich.
In the other room or something.
Yeah, I hear it when Rob's unmuted.
I'll drop out and jump back in. Maybe it'll fix it.
Notice Rob's little monitor said it wasn't me.
Yeah, Gary's saying it was Rob. He said Rob needs headphones. So did you see what happened in Texas to the ATF this past week?
I know no news from the last month at all.
Right. Remember the little thing they did with the pistol braces? Well, I believe it was the district judge down there on the federal circuit went and said that we're going to put an injunction on that covers the entire country. So as of right now, the ATF cannot enforce their pistol brace rule pending the rest of the appeal process. What makes that interesting is if the ATF decides that they want to appeal that, it goes to the Fifth Circuit, right? So if y'all have been paying attention out there, the Fifth Circuit is the circuit to put the other injunction on the pistol brace rule that only applied to members of GOA, Firearms Policy Coalition, the manufacturers. The new one covers everybody. So at this point, again, pending how the appeals process goes, or if they even bother appealing it, the pistol brace rule is dead.
Well, that's pretty good news.
And then,
Any better?
but
Cool.
and also out of Texas, a case out of Texas, when this one was at the Fifth Circuit, 3-judge panel determined that that little rule the ATF was trying to put in place in regards to 80% lowers and the like, no, can't do that either. So they vacated that rule. Again, depending on if the ATF decides they want to appeal that one to the Supreme Court or not. So, for all intents and purposes, until the ATF possibly appeals, that rule is also dead. Not a good week for the ATF in those regards.
Well, hopefully it sticks.
And possibly another blow to the ATF. The Supreme Court granted certiorari on one of the bump stock cases. So that's going to be heard next session of the Supreme Court.
Now, can I ask you to clarify ATF? Because I thought it was AFT.
Only if it's Joe Biden saying it.
Okay. Just want to be clear.
So, yeah, 2, possibly 3 blows to the ATF this week. And considering the decisions when the Supreme Court does take up the Second Amendment cases lately, it's not looking good for the ATF on that third one either. Now, that case even has the potential, not saying it's going to, but potentially there is a percentage chance that that case could even get the Hughes Amendment thrown out. Especially if the judges decide to apply the test that was put in place way back in U.S. v. Miller. The one where the Supreme Court actually upheld the NFA, but there was a test that was put in place by the court back then that nobody's been abiding by, right? The reason why they upheld the NFA, specifically in that case, their regulation on short barrel shotguns, is because they were not in common use by the United States military or any military. No military was using short barrel shotguns at the time. So the court held that because it wasn't a commonly used military weapon, that the federal government could regulate them, because with the Second Amendment, according to the court back then in the case with Miller, the Second Amendment applied to military weaponry.
Gabriel's got a question for you there, Rich.
Yes, Gabriel. They granted certiorari this session, which means that the case will probably be heard next session. They just granted cert this past week, so that'll probably be heard in this session following the Christmas recess or whatever. But anyway, going back to what I was saying. So the issue here, and where the bump stock case could end up having the potential, again, I'm not saying it's going to happen, not even saying they're going to argue the point that this should be the case. If they apply Miller in that decision, what are in common use by the world's militaries? Not just the U.S. military, but militaries all around the world. Short-barreled rifles, fully automatic weaponry, short-barreled shotguns. So playing the Miller test to where if they're in common use by the military, those should all be removed from the NFA. And the Hughes Amendment goes out the window, because the Hughes Amendment is what blocks you from being able to purchase full auto weaponry or as they termed it, machine guns, following 1986.
Well, I should be able to get like a F-15 then, right? If they're in common use.
Yeah, you should be able to own an F-15. There's no reason why you can't. You should be able to own a fully operational tank if you wanted to. If you can afford it, you should be able to go out and buy a nuclear aircraft carrier.
Damn right. I'll take 2.
If you look at the writings of James Madison in particular, who is credited with writing the Second Amendment, you can back then he wrote to a shipping magnate who asked him if it was okay to put cannons on his ship. Basically, his response was, "Hell yeah, you can."
I mean, the common sense would be if you have a grenade, and what's up, Defense Dad, and BW Guns and Goats. If you got a grenade and you break the law with that grenade, we're going to punish you and everyone that you know worse than anyone's ever been punished on the planet before. Therefore, you're not going to do anything illegal with your grenade. And then what a lot of people don't understand, especially in a state like Maryland, is you get the people who are like, the gun is the reason that gangbangers shoot each other. A gun is the reason that domestic abuse happens and all this kind of different stuff. And I keep trying to explain to them, when you go through all the garbage that you go through and all the hoops that you got to jump through and all the expense that you have to put forward to get the gun that you want from the gun store, it's really unlikely that you're going to just wave it around when you're having a birthday. It just doesn't. That just doesn't happen. I get it. There's plenty of legal gun owners that do dumb things with firearms, but from the perspective of a state like Rob, a state like me, where you got to basically cut off your right arm to get a gun, I'm not just gonna willy nilly
Damn, dude, they took
flash
a
it
nut.
around. Try lowering your volume a little bit, Rob. That'll help that echo.
Well, since
Since we're on this,
Lowered it. I don't know if it helped.
Whoa, that was way loud when I talk. All right, am I sounding okay, or am I like super loud?
You're fine, Jason.
Okay. Since Kingpin was mentioning a few things, may not totally line up with my situation, but let me tell you what just happened to my little buddy. He got busted. Now, well, I'll just be flat out blank, okay? He's not a U.S. citizen. He's under 21. Sure does love his handguns, man. And I know the law, I know all this and that, but man, I like the kid, man. He's a good kid. He's a good worker. Anyways, I kind of like try to straighten him out, tell him not to do these things, but what can you do? Well, he's been making a lot of videos on, like, I don't think it's YouTube, but the TikTok or whatever other people do. He's getting on the highway around the city down here, and he's like driving like super fast, man, like 100-mile-an-hour bullshit, right? And showing he's got his gun on his lap and all this little gangster bullshit, right? I keep telling him don't. Well, he got busted. He was driving real fast. Don't know how fast, but he was driving real fast. He was speeding. And he started shooting his gun out the window of the car. Now, you all know what would happen to you or I if such a crime was committed. So I feared the worst. Here's what he got for all that. He got a $1,000 fine and 2 days in jail.
See, in the state of Maryland, you're going to get, there's a couple different ways that you can not. If I did that, it's over for me. Like, I'm toast. There's no way I'm surviving something like that in this state. But if I was from Baltimore City, I'd probably get away with it. and get it fined and get let off. I put out a video a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago or however long it was, one of Maryland's last sessions. They voted down all of the extra charges. You rob a bank with a gun, it should be an extra charge. They were like, no, we can't do that. And then everything that you could do, the Repeat Offenders Act and all that kind of stuff to hold criminals accountable, they voted it all down. And one of the most beautiful things is right now, since that session, crime has went absolutely outrageously nuts around here. And it's really funny because the schools are all terrible. Maryland used to have some of the best schools in the country, and now they're some of the worst schools in the country. So all these people are on TV screaming and crying about what happened, what happened. Well, you voted for this, and now you're getting what you deserve.
Yeah, it's about the extent of it. I mean, the first ones to whine and cry that something's gone wrong and move from a state are the first ones to start voting in that same shit in the state they just moved to. And then they wonder what the hell happened to that state. You happened, you dumb son of a bitch.
Hey, man, I whine and cry all the time, but I didn't vote for this shit.
Well, no, see, you have a legitimate reason to whine and cry. They don't. That's my point.
The mayor of Washington D.C. Man, I can't remember what her name is right now. Just thought of anyway, but she painted defund the police real huge right in front of the White House in Washington D.C. And now every day she's on the news talking about we need to hire more police. We love the police around here.
It sounds like the mayor of New York did the same damn thing.
Yeah, but Joe Biden's stabbed him in the back. The feds
Oh,
came
hell yeah.
this stuff.
What's going on?
Eric Adams.
Biden's into it with the mayor of New York.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah, he's sick the FBI on him.
Adams was talking a bunch of trash about, these illegal immigrants are going to destroy New York City. And magically, he gets raided by the FBI now.
Multiple times. He's been raided. Biden's sick the FBI on him like 2 or 3 times now.
You know what? There's truly no honor among thieves.
Hillbilly Up's in the house.
There you go, Billy.
Hillbilly.
Defense dad says he paid $2.88 per gallon of gas tonight. It's almost like someone knows an election year's coming. Yep. Saw a Biden commercial on TV earlier, playing up the vets. Oh, the PACT, about the PACT Act, saying, oh, we've had issues with this, that, and this, that, and until Joe Biden came along and he fixed there. Biden didn't do shit. I'm sorry. It wasn't Biden that passed that law.
Yeah, you truly cannot believe any political commercial. It is complete propaganda. It's backwards. You need to take whatever you're told and flip it around to find the truth, man. We just went through an election thing here a few weeks ago, and we only had a couple issues to vote on here, and it's pretty sleazy, pretty disgusting politics. How they label the other opinion about something, and it's pretty disgusting. So, in the bottom line, because of their lying, misrepresentative, misinformative, propaganda, bullshit commercials on TV, here in my great state, you can now kill a baby all the way up to the moment of birth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, enshrined in your state's constitution.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we had constant commercials on TV telling you how the heartbeat law was barbaric, unconstitutional. So they believe it's best that a minor can have an abortion without the parents knowing. They think it's best you can have an abortion all the way up to any time at birth. It's women's health rights, reproductive health, they call it around here. And it's been pretty disgusting. And I hope everybody that ultimately, I watched the numbers and was sickened by the millions of people that voted for that. So all I can say is for you millions and millions here in my state that voted for that, I hope every one of you burn in hell. Views and opinions are just Jason's, but
no, I agree with you.
No, I'm right there with you 100%.
Yeah, you know, harp at me want, but whether you believe in anything or not, I hope someday you do have to meet your maker and you explain your side of the story to him before he burns your fucking ass for eternity.
West Virginia Guns and Goats out there. He said where he's at in West Virginia is 329. Another town it's 289-ish. Here in this part of West Virginia, it's 319 a gallon at the Walmart's gas station. It's all over the place, all over the prices.
Oh, and Ohio also got legal marijuana. So in our future, it's probably going to be a goddamn abortion clinic on one corner and a fucking drugstore on the other corner everywhere.
They'll be in the same place, man.
But goddamn, but they won't pass no law against heroin or nothing. You know what I mean? Or clean nothing up around here. They just, I don't know. Sorry, I'm done with politics. I just wish one time I'd see a change for the better. You know what I mean?
But Defense Dad said the 288 where he's at was at Costco. Yeah, I ain't been to Costco in years. We've been going to Sam's Club.
You gonna vote for Cenk, Rich?
What's what now?
Are you gonna vote for Cenk?
For what?
President. Cenk's running for president.
Yeah, over my dead body would I vote for him? Which, if he's running Democrat.
Well, no, of course he's running progressive. Guns and barbecues out there. No, but what the funny thing is, he's a naturalized citizen, so he can't run for president.
No, he can't.
He thinks that he's going to be able to run for president and get it in front of the Supreme Court in time for the election. So let me translate to everybody out there who doesn't know Cenk Uygur. Cenk Uygur is running a Ponzi scheme, and he's going to be very, very careful not to get arrested by the federal government for stealing millions and millions of dollars over the next few months.
Yeah, well, good luck getting the Supreme Court to overturn the Constitution as being unconstitutional.
It takes an amendment. So you have someone who is not eligible to be president, but yet they're going to run for president.
He's currently running for president.
Okay, so that means people are donating campaign funds to him.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a fraud. If he
that's fraud. It's mail fraud. It's mail
president.
fraud. It's mail and wire fraud. It's not a Ponzi scheme. Ponzi schemes where somebody gives you money to invest and you take their money and you pay other investors that you've already ripped off in the past, and you just keep the money just keeps going in a circle, won't go in, but eventually it ultimately ends up in your pocket. What he's doing is wire and mail fraud. He's collecting funds that he has no intention of using for what they're going for. Well, he can't run, so he can't run the campaign.
He says that the 14th Amendment is what allows him to run, because it says that all naturalized citizens are due process.
That has nothing to do with him being a natural-born citizen.
Everybody except for the dummies that are sending Cenk money know that.
Yeah.
And everybody that's sending Cenk money's got somebody standing next to him going, that's a lie, dude. Don't do that. Don't do that. And they still send him money.
Yeah, he's not going to win on this one. I don't think he has a chance in hell of winning an election anyway. But even if he were legitimately able to get his name on the ballot, I don't think he would win. But he's not going to be able to get his name on the ballot, so it's a non-starter anyway. But yeah, they should be doing something about it. This because no, it's not going to fly.
What state is this in? I never heard of the dude.
He's running for president.
He lives in California. Last election cycle, he ran for like some type of local office somewhere.
I think he ran for Congress.
It was something small, some local stuff like that.
Well, he was saying he was going to run for Congress. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, he says all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah, I know the guy's an idiot.
I think he got like 0.0005% of the vote, so I think like 7 people voted for him, and they probably all work for the Young Turks.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, is he one of the Young Turk dudes?
Yeah, he's the founder of.
Screw them guys. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Local
like Chunk Yogurt.
Yeah, Chunky Yogurt. That's it.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, it's the same guy.
Yeah. His name is Jank.
I know it was Jank. Okay.
Yeah.
Screw him, buddy. You're gonna go to prison. But didn't he do something already with something that was sort of along them lines? Like he got a shitload of money, and
that was his book. He did over like the past 3 or 4 years. He's been shilling this book and raking in thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on this book, and then he finally released it 3 or 4 months ago.
So he tried pulling the same scheme that the mayor of Baltimore did.
Well, no, because she actually had books.
Not many. Not enough to cover her orders. That's why she's sitting in federal pen right now.
But boy, that guy was great, though. I'll give it to him. What a performance. When Trump beat Hillary, that dude lost his mind, man. That was classic.
Well, just to make it feel any better, he loses his mind every single day on the show.
Yeah. Did you ever see the where Steven Crowder dressed up like him and went to, I think it was South by Southwest convention, and Cenk was speaking, and Crowder walked into where he was speaking dressed as him and was acting like him to him? It was freaking hilarious. Crowder was doing a spot-on impression of Cenk to Cenk. Cenk got so pissed off and got security to escort him out, but it was funny as hell.
I remember a couple months ago, he was all pissed off at Joe Rogan, and he kept challenging Joe Rogan to a fight.
Joe Rogan would kick his ass.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Joe Rogan, but Joe Rogan would hurt Cenk pretty bad.
Yeah, Joe Rogan knows all the UFC guys. You know he knows some moves.
Oh yeah,
plus he's in pretty good shape. Plus he's like wicked nasty with a fucking bow and arrow shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Joe Rogan kick his ass. Joe Rogan grab him like them UFC fighters, like choke him out, man. Just like choke him out and embarrass him.
But yeah, that's the one, Krabby, right there. The link that Krabby put out there. So yeah, if you haven't ever watched that, when we get done here, you can go over there and watch that link that Krabby just put out there in the YouTube chat.
Okay, the dude's name is Jank, but it's spelled like sink.
Yeah, C has a J sound in Turkish.
Sink, uglier.
Yeah, it's Cenk Uyghur, something like that.
Fucking Hungarian for ugly dick or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, Turkish. It's Turkish.
If you're not familiar with Fat Buffalo, when you follow that link, make sure you find the link where he talks about pleasure in horses.
Who does? Jank?
You don't remember when he was talking about his bestiality stuff?
Oh, no, I forgot all
Oh,
about that. I forgot all about it, yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
obviously, YouTube probably won't appreciate us talking about it too much detail here.
Hang on, Rob. Here we go, brother.
Jank thinks it's okay if a human helps an animal do certain things that way,
Yep.
if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. In other words, Jank should be moving to Canada.
he's good at helping out, huh?
Yep. He likes to give them a helping hand.
The animal has to be the pitcher in the baseball scenario, if that makes sense. Like the human would have to be the catcher.
Uh-huh. Oh, man. Do you know who Daniel
Dude, I
Hakika?
had to say a prayer for forgiveness just because I heard that.
Moose,
I talked about it.
Moose comment. Yeah, that's pretty much it, Moo. That's pretty much it.
It's not that kind of party.
It is if Jank's there, apparently.
No. That's no good.
Good old farm fresh. What you got, Corona?
So you guys know who Daniel Hakikachu is?
Blush, Gesundheit.
Pikachu's the little
Nope.
yellow thing that shoots lightning bolts and things, right?
No, he's a Muslim apologist. You know what they call a Dawi. He was in a debate with this one atheist dude, and oh my God, did he make a fool of himself? He's talking about they were talking about it, child marriage and stuff. If it's permissible under the Quran, under Islam and stuff, because Muhammad marrying Aisha when she was 6 and consummating when she was 9, according to the Quran, right? That fool says that if a girl has precocious puberty, which means false puberty, right? And the parents allow it, you can marry and have sex with an 11-month-old. In the debate. He says this in the debate.
What? Dude,
Yeah.
I can't be on a chat like this. What the fuck are you talking about?
Dude, I wish I had the clip. He literally said this in the debate. It was on
Hell no. Hell
it was
no.
on Modern
They take
Day
that.
Debates, I think it's the name of the channel. It was like, you gotta be shitting me. Did he just say what I thought he said? Like, good God almighty.
Yeah, man, they're all whores, man. Might as well kill them before they're born.
Don't get too excited because your American politics thinks the same exact way. All them trannies out there with purple hair think the exact same thing is cool.
Yeah, the response from the atheist was, stop fucking kids.
Now there's something wrong with people like that. He should have been arrested right there, taken out, just taken out back and shot. To be honest with you.
Yeah. You know what? You want to hear the best part, which makes it comedic in a way? He was using a laptop. The laptop he was using was an Acer Predator.
That's fitting. Did they give it to him for free? Is he like the company spokesperson or something?
Was,
The Walmart Wolverine? You guys don't know about the Walmart Wolverine, do you?
is he from Michigan? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. uh, there's been so much going on with Michigan. That's what I've been really like paying attention to instead of politics the last month. It's been tasty, man. Every day something new coming out of their football program. But a couple weeks ago, it happened like a month and it got covered up. And it's not anything that he's in trouble for or the team's in trouble for, but they had an some type of an assistant coach. Okay, he started as a student, he graduated, and he kept working for the team. And he does have like some disabilities, right? But like mentally, he's fine because he has a fucking college degree in psychology, and he's like 23, 24 years old. They busted that sick fucker trying to pick up a 13-year-old girl off the internet and stuff. You know, like where the setup guys like pretend they're like a teenage girl on the text on the other end or whatever. You know what I mean? Oh,
Yep.
this dude wanted to make sure she was a fucking virgin and everything and shit. Thought he was talking to a 13-year-old girl. So they set him up to meet him in the TV department at Walmart because the TV department's all the way in the back. You know what I mean? Fucker showed up, man. They gobbled that motherfucker. Only thing in his pockets was fucking condoms and fucking bottle of vodka and shit, man. There to get a 13-year-old girl.
Dude, you're
Now,
gonna get in trouble.
granted, they did fire his ass instantly, and that don't have anything to do with the football rules or anything. But it's just one more piece of the puzzle up there, man. Just it's just been crazy with the football news out of Michigan this month, and it's gonna keep going for another couple months. This is like Michigan football team and the sports shows and the media and everything. This is like politics. That's like the Democrats and the mainstream media, man. And like this is juicy. It's just gonna keep going on till after the season's over, and like there's so much going on you'll never know the truth. But the Walmart Wolverines part of it, yeah, fucking cocksucker, man. I wish the dudes that have got it would have pounded his head in for him, but I guess they didn't. But I'm pretty sure they called the sheriff on the guy. I don't know what they did to him or anything, but all we know is there's video evidence of it, and I watched it. And the guys that bring down the pedophiles, they posted it on their websites and stuff. But like ESPN or Sports News, they don't say nothing about it.
You know what the craziest story coming out of Michigan football related is, right? The Lions had the second best record in the NFC.
I thought you were going to say 2 girls and 1 ball.
How the hell did the Lions get to be a good team?
Who's your quarterback?
Oh, I don't know.
Don't know.
I heard Squib was going to be a Michigan football coach.
Yeah, he's going to be coaching high school, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, so I give it about a week before he's in jail.
Yeah, right.
Squib don't want to spend the money on spy cameras,
Yeah.
telescopes,
Moose says it's golf. Yeah, Moose
video.
says golf is a quarterback for the Lions now. I guess they got him when Stafford went to the Rams. So what else we got to talk about?
Oh man, I don't know, but I'm going crazy. I'm hiding in my office now. Hopefully the background isn't too bad.
You can
Music.
still hear their music, man.
What's the channel update?
Yeah.
What was that, Kingpin?
What are the channel updates?
That we're going to do the Christmas Eve show this year, but after tonight, that'll be the only show the rest of the year. Talking with my doctor and stuff, they suggest I just take off the rest of the year with the show and stuff. So I'm going to put the show on hiatus until after the new year, which would be January 7th, would be the next episode other than the Christmas Eve episode, just because they want me to get more rest and stuff. So I'll still be doing like Gizzard Show on Friday nights and possibly Hillbilly Show on Saturday. But as far as this show, it's going to be on hiatus until the new year.
Oh, so you're gonna only defy half of the doctor's orders. Okay.
This is bullshit, man. Put a
Hey,
tampon
as long
and
as
push through.
I'm not running this show, I figure I can get away with it, Jason.
Man, you just need to take a couple shots of liquor every night for 3 days.
I
and I'll
can't
fix
do
you
that,
all
Jason,
up. Why?
because the other medications I'm on that wouldn't be a good idea.
Oh yeah, it would, Rich.
Oh, no, it
Yeah,
wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. Yeah, I heard about that one, Gary. Gary, that they're talking about the Michigan assistant that got caught in disguise on the other team's sideline stealing their signals.
Shit, that ain't all I got caught at.
Moose says, whoop, whoop, Christmas Eve show. I'll be ready. Yeah, and that'll be on a Sunday, too, this year, the Christmas Eve show. So, yeah. Figured.
So what kind of shenanigans do you got planned for that? Like, are we going to get your channel kicked off the internet, or what are we going to do?
Moo has tried his damnedest already. You
There
go
was
back.
a rumor about a banana hammock.
Oh, man. Moo was drunk off his ass, the one. Oh, dude, I love eggnog. I got some out in the fridge right now, Woods. Yeah,
Gizzard's right. The return of Emmett Otter. I'll get kicked off.
yeah. Yeah, got you kicked off anyway. Or shut down.
Emmett Otter's Inner City Christmas.
Well, I don't know, man. Obi may have killed him. He done killed an otter. You guys know about that one, right?
Obi killed an otter?
Yeah.
Fuck Ben
His
Kenobi.
fish were disappearing. So he said,
and he has a... Oh.
yeah, so
Okay.
he basically sets up a sting to figure out what's getting his fish. It's a goddamn otter. Slim Jim candy bracket? What, different varieties of Slim Jim? How
Yeah,
many
we
damn
ain't done a
varieties of Slim
bracket in
Jim
a
are there?
long time. Brackets used to be fun.
Yeah, I know. Well, we usually do some kind of bracket on the Christmas Eve episode. Gary, that's just that's bad. Yeah, we'll have to come up with some kind of bracket for the Christmas Eve episode. And there's another one. The bad puns are with us tonight, folks.
Here's your homework assignment. Since Christmas Eve is like a long way away and you're going to be on vacation till then, you have to go back and watch all the episodes. And we'll do the best bracket. So
Lord.
gun channels first, best bracket.
And
Best of the
I don't think
best.
we're doing that because I don't remember all the brackets that were even done on my show, let alone other people's.
Gary and Woods just volunteered to help you out. They didn't type it in there yet, but I can see it. It's coming.
Due to the background noise and everything going on in the other room, I'm going to jump out of here, guys. Thanks for the invite. Sorry to hear you got to, cut show short or, not do them as usual or whatever. Sorry. Lost for words here. Everybody have a good night. Thanks, for having me and eat a salad and all that good stuff.
Peace out.
Yeah,
Rob.
okay, Rob.
See you, Rob.
You got to control those women, man. Come on.
He's ready to break out the ukulele, man. It's gonna be rocking.
No, he's just making an excuse. He's going to go party.
Yeah, he's
partying like
ukulele in it.
He's going to be partying like he's Muhammad, man. Come on.
Oh man, that was pretty low, man. You shouldn't say that. Rob's our friend, man. You can't. No, that was funny, but then that was too low. That was just too low, man.
Hey, you laughed at it though.
Gonna party like it's Muhammad 99.
Oh.
Shoot, barbecue. Mr. Guns is out there. What's up, babe? Barbecue's but 2 shows away, 1 show away from being done with the almost nightly firearms show. And he's only going to 300.
Yep.
Travis.
Yeah, Travis killed his show, his Saturday morning show. Rick killed his show. I'm not killing the show altogether. I'm just taking a little bit of time off. We will be back. And the same applies basically to the wrestling show as well. If anybody was wondering, that one's also going to be on hiatus. I wanted to do the show last night, but I ended up passing out and didn't get a chance to. So
Yeah, haven't been watching any wrestling at all either. I need to get back into that.
I'll give you a real quick important update. LA Knight got beat by Roman Reigns. LA Knight is more popular now that he's lost to Roman Reigns than he was before he had the match with Roman Reigns.
Cool.
Yeah, he did that how long ago, Barbecue? And he just had one of them last weekend. So who you think's in the devil mask, Kingpin?
Adam Cole.
You think it's Adam Cole?
I think that's the first name that just popped into my head right now. But I don't think it's Adam Cole, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was Adam Cole. Nobody else has got a connection that I would know to MJF like that.
I think it's Jay White playing head games.
My prediction is MJF beats Jay White, keeps the title. Then he beats Wardlow, keeps the title. And then he loses to Samoa Joe back at Wembley.
That's a possibility. But I'm thinking, you might not be wrong about Adam Cole either. When Jay White first showed up in AEW, when he was still signed with New Japan, he came in to help Adam Cole. What if Adam Cole was secretly a member of Bullet Club Gold?
Yeah, G23 killed his show. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't consider it being Adam Cole until just now, but now that I've considered it once, it makes a whole lot of sense.
The announcer, Adam Cole?
No, that's Michael Cole.
Oh, okay, okay. That's where I've been getting all confused here. Okay.
Speaking of announcers, did you hear Bill as the ringside? Uh, what do they call him? Little play-by-play guy the other day on AEW.
Who?
Big Bill.
That wasn't Big Bill. That was Paul White. Big Show.
No. Ricky Starks had a match against
On what?
what's the Saturday one called? Collision, I think it
It
is.
wasn't on Collision.
Yeah,
That'd have been Rampage.
Well, it was one of them. Ricky Starks had a singles match, and I can't remember who he had a match against. It was a really good match, actually. But his tag team partner, that guy Big Bill, was at the announce desk, and Big Bill could take Tony Schiavone's place immediately. The dude was a natural. He was so good sitting there calling the fight.
Paul White was on commentary on Saturday night. Former Big Show.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That's what you were talking about at first, because I didn't see Rampage. So that's why.
The guy, the wrestler, Big Bill.
Yeah.
That's the tag team champion with Ricky Starks.
Mm-hmm.
We put the defense head to sleep talking about wrestling.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we had to get a little bit in. We haven't talked that in a while. So. Man, full gears next weekend.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Did you get your computer fixed, Rich? New video card or whatever?
Yeah, well, before I ever even had the issue with Walmart, I got it. I got that a little while back. Yeah, I sent you a text about it.
Well, last I remembered, you was gonna do something about it. I didn't know that you did.
Yeah, I sent that in a group text about it. I got the video card and stuff. Got one on sale on Newegg back end of September, I think.
No, I think that was the text that you sent me, and then I told you it wasn't in group text, and you were like, "No, yes, it was." And I was
No,
like,
that was a different text. That wasn't that one.
"All right."
Yeah, I got some new stuff for my computer, but I ain't got put together yet. I got to get a big desk, man, and one thing I can come up with, I'm gonna get a kitchen table and use that for a desk.
Yeah, you could do that.
My friend's mom does like coding or whatever for some insurance company, so she's basically typing on a computer all day. And for the past 10 years, she sat at her kitchen table and did her work. The only problem that you have is you gotta find a decent chair that'll get you higher up than like your dining room chair. You don't want to sit there.
Yeah. Well, I've been shopping. I'll have to probably get it from Amazon, right? And I've been looking at desks, and the desk I got right now is just a little bit over 29 inches tall. And I found a kitchen table that's 30 inches tall. So that's like pretty damn close. And I was thinking if I had to, I'd put like an inch spacer between my chair and like the shock absorber, like the seat bracket. basically give an extra inch up on the chair or whatever. But my problem is now that I got 3 monitors, I need like a desk like 72 inches is probably going to be like minimum. The monitors might hang off the edge.
Yeah,
So like I need like a 8 foot
you
desk,
got an
man.
you got an IKEA near you?
Yeah, and I looked at their stuff because I watched a lot of videos. I really don't like their stuff. I
Because
found a pretty nice, like I said, I looked at a lot of desks and I looked at buying 2 desks and hooking them together. And I went to look at, I'll just do it like my reloading benches, and get a butcher block top. And I went through all that and I just came across this, a kitchen table, man. It's kind of modern looking and I like the legs on it and everything. And I'm like, damn, that's the perfect size right there because the kitchen table is like wider than like your normal desk. It's like 24 inches, and
yeah,
and I want that extra width. I'm gonna have 3 giant monitors in front of me. That's a lot of light, a lot of real estate. So an extra wide table helped me get them farther away from me. But now my only problem is I can't figure out a good place. Where in the hell am I gonna put this if I get it? I'm gonna pretty much I'm pretty much gonna have to move out of a bedroom or start sleeping on a fucking couch just to have room to set this all up. So, but I've spent too much now. I just can't keep his computer in a box. So I'm gonna have to do something.
yeah, good. I know a couple of the tech channels I watch. They go to IKEA and they buy their tabletops, just the flat, like almost butcher block like thickness
Yeah,
tabletops, and then they get those stack on
bookcases.
shelving. No, the
Yeah,
shelving or the drawers. They get either like the file cabinet or the little small shelving units, and then they build it however height they want it that way.
yeah. I've been watching this YouTube channel called like Setup Wars or something. And he shows all these people's home setups, and like man, like 90% of them are using IKEA furniture, and some of it looks pretty good. I like it, but not really going into all that. I don't need to like artistically redesign and an entire room. I
Yeah,
just need a desk, man.
yeah. Look at the Jay's 2 Cents' channel. When he was redoing his office, he just used some of those like little file cabinets that IKEA has and put one of their tabletop things across the top of it, and he called it a day. That was his desk. That's the desk he set up for him and the guys that work for him.
Yeah, this went overboard. I was all happy, man. I had a new computer and a brand new monitor, and I was gonna rock it, and everything was great. And then like I bought the monitor, and then like a week or two later, maybe a month later, they put them on sale, and they sold me 2 more monitors for the price that I paid for the original first one. So then I ended up with 3 monitors. So now that's what's like. It sounds great, and I'm really fantastically excited about what I could do with my video game and YouTube and surfing the internet, watching TV, doing a bunch of stuff. I really love the 3 monitor idea. But like I said, you don't take into account, man. Now I need this huge space, this huge desk, and it's been one thing after another, but I'll get there.
How do you got your monitors set up? You just have them sitting on the desk?
I don't even have them out of the box yet. But no, I'm gonna have to I want a floating mount. I want them to
You
float.
want to get an arm kind of set up for them?
I don't even want the arm. I'll have them come off the wall. But basically on those arms, but coming off the wall and not
Mm-hmm.
a post or something. Actually, I was thinking about making. This sounds funny, but I was gonna see if it would work. I was thinking about making sort of like a shelf thing above the monitors and a place to put
Mm,
speakers and some other stuff up there. Uh, and I was gonna have it like hang out and hang over. So I was gonna take the monitors. You know how they got their own, the monitor stand that sits on top of your desk. I
yeah,
was gonna flip it upside down and drill holes in it and just screw those monitor stands up to the bottom of the shelf that overhangs and have them like floating but hanging down from above.
got my monitor. It's on an arm that's mounted to the little desk I use. I think Kingpin's seen the setup I have when I had the smaller monitor on it, not the 32-inch, but I think he's seen it. We may put him to sleep talking about computers.
No, I'm just cleaning my room.
I saw a setup. I looked into it. I'd love to have. A dude had like a room, and it was just an empty wall on one end of flat wall. He went and got three 80-inch TV sets, stood them up. What is that, vertically? Put the three together like you do your monitors, but 80-inch tall TVs vertically on the wall, and it built a little wood frame to go in all around it. It made those three TVs look like windows to outside, and he found all these cool ass like desktop photos and videos and stuff. So like he'd change it, and you'd look out there, and it looked like he had windows, like you were sitting on a deck or something. There's a pond out there with water or trees or forests and shit. And then he hooked it up to a security camera outside, and it looked like he was looking out the window, but he was down in a basement. It was cool as hell, man.
Depending on what resolution TV you got, it can look really lifelike.
Oh, they were 4Ks. I
Yeah,
went to the description to see what he spent and what they clicked.
yeah.
They
If
were
you
they
ever
were
see,
they were 4Ks, 80 inchers. He got them from Best Buy for like 900 each, like 899 each.
yeah, you ever see videos where they have the big, like 100-inch, whatever, 8K TVs, and people are walking into them because they don't realize it's not the hallway?
Yeah, I this dude had an 80 inch. I thought it was awesome. He put like a football game on it. Oh, it was a basketball game. He put a basketball game on it and walked up there and stood next to it. And there's damn near the height of the people on TV is how big you are.
Those 8K TVs, man, whenever that actually becomes mainstream, that's going to be ridiculous.
Mm.
The resolution on those is insane.
Hey, you know what a Stream Deck is?
Yeah,
I'm looking into getting a couple Stream Deck panels too. I got a lot of ideas for those.
keep yawning. I ain't used to doing this shit anymore. I'm not doing it for over a month. So, well, I can't say that. I jumped on Gary's panel a couple weeks ago when he did his show before he had to go to Wanamaker this weekend. And then I've been jumping in sometimes in the after chats. Ain't done a live stream that often.
Yeah, as soon as I can get over this computer crap, I'll get back to buying a new firearm or something to start the year out with.
I'm still waiting to see if the VA increases my disability before I can buy anything.
My gun shop's got one of them Colts with the blue grips on it.
Haven't been into a gun shop in I don't even know how long.
Yeah, he's got one of those. Problem is, he's also got one of the new pythons with like the 1.5 inch barrel and the little skinny boot grips.
So he's got the competition Colt, the one that I want.
Yeah, blue
Will he
with the blue
transfer it to
grips.
my FFL?
Huh?
Will he transfer it down here?
Well, I don't see why he wouldn't. Sure, he's got one. $9.99.
I'll take it, man.
West Virginia Guns and Goats says he'll be starting out the year going to SHOT Show. Yeah, I can't do that. So, we'll be going to the Great American Outdoor Show in February. Which reminds me, I gotta look and see if they're taking applications for media passes yet for that. If you've never been up to that, West Virginia Guns and Goats up there in Harrisburg, it's worth going to. That place is insane. Last year, Christmas 740 and I both went on the first weekend, and it was like just pulling teeth to try and get into any of the booths at that point. I think the only thing I got a chance to actually look at the Ruger booth last year was the Security 380 that they just came out with. I couldn't even see one of the new Marlins, let alone go and touch one of them. It was just that booth was just swamped all 3 days we were there. Me and my wife. Chris was only there for one day. I would 2020, right before they shut everything down for COVID. Go to the Great American Outdoor Show, and then like a week later, everything else is getting shut down. They had that show just in time. And then next year, they didn't have anything. But been there the last 2 years.
Thank you, Krabby.
Yeah, it's not as big as SHOT, particularly where the gun stuff's concerned, but there is a lot that they cram in there. And the crowd last year was just insane. Year before, there wasn't as many people, but you still had people getting all hysterical and paranoid about COVID still. This year, you didn't have that. And people were out in droves, and it was just a madhouse. Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to go to NRA annual meeting either. I wanted to last year, but wife couldn't get off from work, and I'm pretty much stuck with her for transportation. One of these days, I want to make it at the Wanamaker too.
Yeah, I didn't get to go this year. It just didn't work out in many different ways. But yeah, it's always great. Best times is just going hanging with people. It doesn't really matter about what the event is.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a big gun show going in Dulles or something coming up. What, next weekend?
How about Dulles, like Washington, D.C. area?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have that show. That's the show Nash or something like that.
The National Gun Show or something like that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like the biggest one on this side of the country. They have that all the time, though. That's not like a rare thing. It's not like Wanamaker. I think they have that like, well, no, Wanamaker's twice a year, right?
Yeah, Wanamaker usually April and November.
Yeah, I think the DC show is twice a year then, too. Yeah. I've never been to that one. I know a bunch of people have been down there. They say it's pretty good, but I don't know. I'm not much a gun show guy.
My luck, she probably has to work next weekend anyway. She's been picking up overtime on weekends because they're shorthanded again. What else is new in the medical profession, right?
There you go, the National Gun Show, 1500 tables. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Kingpin's in Baltimore County, and I am 40 minutes north of Winchester, Virginia. So, well, an hour north of Winchester now. Used to be 40. Now we're an hour. So, yeah, not that far from Virginia. Jason, on the other hand, he's all the way over there in Ohio.
Up in Ohio.
Same difference.
Yeah, Krabby lives the closest. I'm not going to say where he lives at, but he lives closer than I do.
Yeah, about 3 hours from DC. 2.5, 3. Somewhere around there. It's about 2 hours to Baltimore. I gotta go up to Altoona on Wednesday. That's where my new orthopedic surgeon's going to be located. Since my wife's insurance screwed everything up and I can't go to the one here in town anymore. Probably says he's 25 minutes away from there.
Depending on what time of day and which direction he goes, he could be 2 hours away.
Mm-hmm.
The 495 Beltway is crazy.
Uh-huh. Good Lord, that's the way it sent us when we went to Busch Gardens. I was waiting for my wife to get lost. I told her, don't follow that. Go the way I'm telling you. No, I'm going to follow this. So God help us. I told her take 68 to 81, or go down through Winchester and get on 81 down there. Either way, and go down to around Charlottesville and get on. Shit, can't remember what that interstate cuts across there is. But get on that interstate, and that'll take us right into Williamsburg. She's like, no, we're gonna follow the GPS. I'm like, okay. And they're like, what do you? I'm telling you, it's gonna take you DC Beltway. She's like, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is.
Yeah, but did it take you to the Kennedy Center though?
No, not like yours. We did not end up in the Kennedy Center parking lot. Or parking garage, I should say. Kingpin, in case you don't know, Jason has the best GPS around.
I still don't know. I mean, there weren't the streets were closed down in a bunch of different places, but not that many places that for whatever reason, it sent us right into the parking garage of the Kennedy Center.
Yeah.
And when you look at the display, even the highlight was taking us directly into. So it wasn't like off the display. The display led me to the Kennedy Center parking garage.
Yeah, it said it was the Kennedy Center parking lot was some street. It was all
Good
screwed
thing
up.
you didn't have a self-driving car.
Oh
man, DC was a mess that night.
I told
That
you
guy,
it was going to be hot because the Nationals won the World Series. So
uh-huh.
we had our thing going on, the Nationals thing was going on, and then there was some kind of other sporting event that some like cheap
Well, hell,
soccer league or something like that won.
yeah. Plus, you might have had a Capitals game that night for all we know. But Jason, just be glad you were staying overnight and didn't have to drive out of that place. Good God, it was a madhouse trying to get out of DC.
Man, I had to get out of DC before I starved to death, man. I had to go somewhere and find some food.
Yeah, there's two DCs. There's the government DC where we were at, and then there's the people where people live and stuff DC. I don't recommend you eating either one of those places because if you eat where the government's at, you're paying $12 for a hot dog. And if you eat where the people are at, you're eating some type of weird Cantonese curry infused weird, weird stuff.
Yeah, Rob and Squib, they went to freaking Hard Rock.
Oh, yeah, man. Obviously, you got the corporate stuff.
Yeah, I should have went with them guys, man. I walked around this small, like, private neighborhood, first two neighborhoods away from like the government, and like, God, I didn't find any food that I like recognized.
What really, what we should have done is plan it a little bit better, and then let Marco take us out to dinner.
Oh, good God, we would never been able to afford it.
Well, that's the other. That's why we would have had to talk to him a little first, because I mean, he lives closer than Krabby does. I mean, he's fucking 15 minutes from downtown DC.
You don't know Marco, man. Marco ain't going to no cheap place. He's got to go to the most expensive places.
That's what I mean. We got to convince him that we're not rich. But
He doesn't comprehend that. He doesn't get that concept, man. That's not a concept Marco understands. If you remember, he went to go to this really expensive Chinese place.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, I can believe that one where the West Virginia Guns and Goats says. I mean, basically, it's what I did. I had a handgun in our car. Like, shit. Thankfully, we didn't actually cross the DC line. We were still in Northern Virginia, so I was cool. That's all I needed her to get pulled over in DC and me have a handgun in the car. That would have been all kinds of special.
Don't say it's yours, say it's her, Nancy.
We'd both been going to jail. It don't matter.
No, that's the name of my little buddy I was telling you about earlier. Hernan. I'm just saying, like, if if you or I were under 21 in possession of a handgun, speeding down the road, shooting it out the window, you and I would get more than 2 days in jail and $1,000 fine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
You know what his response to it all was? When I tell him I'm disappointed in him and he can't do that stupid shit, he just smiles. I know. Sometimes me loco.
Uh-huh. That sometimes shouldn't be all the time. This is the same guy you told us stories about before.
Probably, yeah. He's a good kid too, man. He can't help but just love the boy, man. But like, he's a good kid at work, but when he goes home, his family is some gangsters.
Probably are.
Oh, they is. I've said it before. We've had these chats and gun laws and this and that, and like I can just tell you, like I have a lot of stuff. You know, a lot of people out here proud of their collections and stuff. You ain't got shit on a fucking 19-year-old Mexicans out there. They got 10 times the shit we got. They had ammo out their ass while the shelves was bare. We didn't have none. Them guys are living it up pretty good. Don't have a care in the world about nothing or where anything comes from. But you and I, man, it's, it burns my ass, but, I'm not going to do nothing stupid, but, like, it's just, and they're young and they got no common sense and they just stop the cars and get out and shoot into the woods, don't even got targets and shit. And it's frustrating when you're trying to tell them, no, don't do that. They make fucking YouTube videos and put it on out there. Trespassing, shooting up people's shit, shooting into the rivers and stuff. They just having fun. They local.
Yeah, one day they're going to run into the wrong person. They're going to find somebody that's even more local than they are.
Yeah, go stop the wrong farm. Be getting out with a carload of AR-15s or something, man. You're going to be on the wrong person's property one day, and they don't get it. Plus, you try to explain to them the stray bullet factor and all that, too. But, like, this ain't normal, man. Like, out in the country where you're going, like, people will shoot back, And then it ain't fun no more. Fun again. Like, what would you do, fucking 2 cars full of Mexicans got out with guns and just start shooting all your shit up? I mean, you'd shoot back, man. Especially these stupid fucks. These kids, they would. I know they would too. Like, if you had a cow or something out there or something, then you're going to piss a farmer. He going to come out shooting.
Yeah. You start shooting a farmer's livestock or some shit. That's their livelihood, man. You're gonna piss somebody. You're gonna piss off the wrong person.
Oh, speaking of the outdoors, I had a buck come out in front of me the other night, or the other morning actually. And I've had some close calls over the years to where, man, I can't believe I didn't hit it. This one was the ultimate close as you can get. This buck came right up out of the field, right in front of me. I hit the brakes as hard as I could, and he jumped, leaped in the air. And when he went across the front of me, dirt from his hooves bounced off my windshield.
Well, my wife did a good one the other day. You know how, like, in parking lots, they'll have a fire hydrant or some kind of pole, and they'll have the little poles around it to protect
So
it.
you don't hit the fire hydrant
Yep.
like hit the gas
So
pump.
somebody pulled too close to her car, and when she was pulling out, there was also this idiot woman whose kids were carrying on behind her. So she got distracted by these kids. She had this car that pulled too close to her. She ended up hitting one of those damn things because of the woman and her kids, and then the other asshole that was parked too close to her.
I see you got a big dent and some scrapes.
No, it just basically scratched the bumper, but it's $500 deductible to get the fucking thing fixed.
Lady just the other day pulled up the gas pump by me and hit one of the pipes. First thing in the morning, crushed her door up pretty good, scratched it. She just got out bitching, act like she's about drunk from the night before or something. Went in, did something in the gas station, came back out, didn't even pump gas, just took off real fast. Whole side of her door was all messed up. But that deer got me good the other day, man. Like, a lot of times something will happen like that. You get that adrenaline rush and your foot on the brakes a little like, whoa. You know what I mean? That's because you had fear in you because of the phrase, I was afraid I was going to hit that deer, right? Well, when this one jumped across in front of me that close, I was overcome with the emotion of joy, was smiling, laughing like, God dang, going on and shit, because I was happy because I didn't hit the fucker. I mean, like that kid, I seen it come from midair and me run into it. Dirt from his hooves hit the windshield. That's as close as you get, man.
Yep. All right, West Virginia Guns and Goats. You have a good night, man. Thanks for
Say it.
Thanks for watching.
Have a good night, man.
Oh, and I had 3 or 4 deer last week or so cut across from me and were going down my street. And I don't live in the country.
Oh hell, man, we'd have deer Riverview Park in Pittsburgh in the city limits. Freaking stand right in front of your car and wouldn't move for shit. They just stand there looking at you.
Yeah, I was not expecting that, and I cruised up my first stop sign and then took off from it and was shooting up the street, and here comes 3 or 4 across of it. They were sliding all over the streets like it was solid ice or something.
Mm-hmm.
Going crazy. I just kind of stood there or sat there and watched them and like, you don't see that every day where I'm at. Now, you know, granted, the country and the fields ain't that far away if you could, you know, trespass and zip through yards like they can. But still, they were all the way up in here in city streets and yards and shit.
Yeah, apparently Pittsburgh Zoo, they got rid of their bears because every spring you'd have 1 or 2, sometimes 3 wild bears that made their way across the bridge over to the damn zoo because of the female bears going into heat over there.
Oh, yeah. That sounds about right. But I guess I can't shoot them deer even if they're on my property.
Not if you're in city limits. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, wouldn't that make it like a nuisance animal then, though? That's what my thought was.
I would carefully check your local ordinances.
You gotta go self-defense route, Jason. Yeah, you feared for your life that this deer was gonna maul you to death.
I stabbed it.
Yep.
It cornered me. It cornered me, man. I was stuck in my driveway, couldn't get to the fence gate.
It was a zombie. It was a zombie deer. It had that rotting disease. It turned it into a zombie.
Hey, now technically though, boys, if it's a buck, well, even a deer, because I know a dude that wrestled a deer, and their hoofs hit you like a baseball bat in the head. But
Oh yeah,
anyways,
I mean,
if you got a buck, and like all of a sudden, like we're in my backyard or my driveway here, and it's a dead end blocked in, like them horns could really kill you and shit. So like it's self defense if I blast it.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm telling you. That's
yeah,
Like if
the
you're
only
cornered and everything, you know what I mean? That deer's gonna go crazy and jump and go all over the place. It wouldn't mean to hurt you, it just wants to get away, but
yeah.
like
I mean,
in
not
a
not to turn
confined
it,
area.
yeah, not to turn the conversation back to wrestling related or anything, but we talked about this before, where when Brock Lesnar was on Stone Cold's podcast, and Stone Cold asked him if there's anything that ever humbled him, and Brock looked at him straight in the eye and said, "A white-tailed deer will humble your ass in a heartbeat."
Yeah, my buddy hit one with his truck and it didn't kill it. It just kind of like knocked it out. And he put it in the bed of the truck. He had a truck cap. He put it in the bed and he come driving. And I was sitting in his house waiting on him. And he come flying in the house, started yelling for his son, "Get my knife, get my knife." And he come in there, hit a deer, and I go out front, like his headlights all busted and shit. And we go back there and open up that hatch on the at the tailgate there for the camper, and that fucking deer just raised his head right up and looked at us. "Hey, how you doing?" That fucker grabbed his Rambo knife and jumped in the back of that truck, wrestled that deer down, stabbed his fucking throat, and killed it. But that deer sure clicked and clocked him a couple good times.
The worst
And
thing you can
no,
have happen.
we couldn't shoot it because it was really his dad's truck, and it was a 71 Ford. And guess where they put the gas tanks in a 71 Ford?
Mm-hmm.
Right behind the back seat, straight up and down. He's either
One of the
open the door and
worst-
let the deer go or climb in there and get it, one or the other.
And one of the worst things you can do when you hit a deer is have it go through the windshield. Then you get fucked up because that deer's panicking and it just starts kicking. Deer have killed people that way.
Yeah, I got one of them little transit vans. It's like a aardvark vacuum cleaner looking mail truck. That's all it is windshield in the front.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I got enough room. If I duck, he might just go right over top of me and end up in the back.
Mm-hmm. The last time she almost hit a deer when she had the fusion is the one I told you jumped clean over the hood and just left one little hoof scratch on the hood.
That's, you know them YouTube shorts?
Mm-hmm.
I just saw one of them the other day. It's like the guy's security camera on his driveway. He's got a pickup truck for sale. Pretty nice one. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with it. He's got sitting in the driveway and he's got it for sale. And a car pulls up and it's a person who contacted him that's on his way over there, wants to see the truck for sale. And they go meet each other, and as they are coming back, a deer just comes hauling ass off the side of the camera, jumps over one car, and in midair slams into the side of that pickup truck. And it gets up, takes off running, and it like all did it and scratched that truck and shit. And like a potential buyer was just like 10 seconds from walking up to it. And deer jumped one car, came right down on that truck and dented it.
Yeah, deer will do a number on a car too.
It's like a white pickup truck. Deer come hauling ass out of nowhere. Bam, dude, shit's damaged.
Yeah, you saw the damage when my wife's car got T-boned by the deer. I showed you the pictures. Deer will fuck up a car, get up and walk off. And I don't know if you've ever watched those Russian dash cam videos. Fucking bear over there run into the side of a semi and act like it was nothing. Tear that semi to pieces. The trailer on it.
There's some videos where like there's a moose in the road and all the traffic is like stopped, got their headlights on, and there's always that one car that comes flying up doing like 70 miles an hour. And it's not stopping because everybody else is. Come along and smack this moose, man. it was like a moose got slung out of like a trebuchet, man. I mean, that moose was 50 feet in the air, probably went 500-600 feet down the road.
And that car was probably all smashed to hell too.
Oh yeah, but man, it knocked that. It was like crazy to see that. Yeah, Moose seen it. Moose just watched it 4 times just a second ago.
Well, I think we're gonna have to start wrapping this up. I am getting tired, so keep yawning. I've been up since real early this morning. What else is new, right? My sleep hasn't gotten any better. Let's put it that way. So, anything you want to say before we get out of here, Jason?
No, good to see everybody. It's been a while. Hope you get feeling better, and glad to see some people came out Sunday night, and I hope everybody has a good week.
What about you, Kingpin? Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Buy a bunch of blackout coffee until Christmas Eve comes up. We'll do a show.
Yeah, or if you want, they also sell hot chocolate, which will go really good on Christmas Eve. So get your order in now for their hot chocolate, so that you have it for when we do the Christmas Eve show. Use that link that's going across the screen right now, and that coupon code, and you get 20% off your first order.
And you might still have enough time tonight to get in on the deals they had for Veterans Day.
Yeah, you might. But yeah, with that said, we will be back on Christmas Eve. So until Christmas Eve, everybody have a good Thanksgiving coming up here in a couple of weeks. And Moose said the guy did sell the truck, but he discounted it a bit. Anyway, we'll catch y'all in about a little, excuse me, a little over a month from now on December 24th, Sunday, December 24th, aka Christmas Eve, for the annual, it's become an annual. It'll be the 6th one. Not so spectacular Christmas spectacular. Until then, again, everybody have a good Thanksgiving. If you're going to be driving to your relatives and everything, because Thanksgiving is the biggest travel season of the year, drive safely. Don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything stupid like Jay's little Mexican friend.
Yeah, don't shoot out the windows. Don't hit no deer. Gobble, gobble.
Yeah. So, until then, we'll leave you with the closer for the show, and we will catch y'all next time.